boys and girls. It's been, as the kids say, a hot minute. In this case, it's been about 300. Let's see, carry to 12, divide by 32. Take boy, multiply that. Take Jermaine Marbury, subtract that. We are like 347-ish days without doing a stirring the pot. And I'm gonna close that right there. Are we still recording? I don't know if we're still recording. Are we still
Yeah, we
recording?
are.
We're still
I see
recording.
a red button. I see a red button.
All right, we're still recording. I just want to make sure everything has changed on me, young boy. They made an old man feel even older by changing all their shit in Skype within 1 year. But boys and girls, we're here to celebrate. This is, I thought it was the end. So you know what? I'm not even going to call it return. I thought we rode out into the sunset with one Jermaine Marbury, but here we are. I've been yakking and yakking for like 5 minutes already. Boys and girls, this is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and our very special guest.
Thank you.
I'm going
Thank
to
you.
name
Thank
them all. There was TOS YoungBoy. There's Versace YoungBoy.
you.
There is now an upcoming LIT YoungBoy. That is going to be, we'll be talking about that in the very near future on STP
Yes,
with one young
yes.
boy. Boys and girls, this is the TOS YoungBoy. Welcome to Stirring the Pot, the quote unquote return, if you will.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is a long time coming. I've been wanting to be on one of these. I've been seeing a whole bunch since I started, in this whole little indie scene. So I've been wanting to, I wanted to be a part of it for a while now, and then yeah, now I'm here finally.
Well, this is amazing. I love look at how we did this, boys and girls. We sandwiched the last one and the quote unquote return with two of the hot young talents in our area. Uh, they getting a little steam. They're looking good coming through that curtain. They're looking good in that ring. They're doing it right behind the curtain in the locker, and they're doing the drives, and they're doing it correctly. Being one Jermaine Marbury at 371, and this is now TOS Youngboy. This is now episode 372. Holy shit sticks.
372. Who was your first person? Do you
My
remember?
very first person was there. I was just talking about that to the fam at dinner. I have two technical firsts, and neither of them aired. But my
Oh,
first episode is with Yusef 13. I don't know if you're familiar with Yusef. He's kind of in and out of our area, but he's kind of further up in the
sounds
Mass
familiar.
area.
Sounds familiar.
He's a savage. He's a beast. He's many things. He's twisted. He's got like three personalities going on. He's a fucking mess. I'll just put that out there. It's hard to keep up with one Yusef, but he gave me inspiration with his real life, his shoot story, and that's what actually started Stirring the Pot.
Turn the pot.
Is his backstory hanging out, maybe partaking in a little something, something, and I go, you know what? I would really love to talk to the people that I've met on our local scene.
Hmm.
What would you say about maybe, kind of helping a brother out and maybe being my first guest? And it became one Yusef 13. We made two different ones. The first one never aired. It was out in Tory's Den. It's a historical site.
Right.
And we went out there, we hiked for about a mile point two. I took it like a champ. Papa Kincaid went with us. He took it like a champ. Yusuf 13, we had to take a little break from my boy. He's a big man. But we I didn't have any microphones. It was very raw and very
Oh,
just getting off the ground. So I had no microphones and it was very hard to understand.
right.
So we did do it in my basement, even though there was no microphones. I was scared for my life every second of that young boy. I have to say, literally scared. In my own home, I was scared sitting next to one USF
Oh,
13 every second. But this is then. That was then. This is now. Uh, Boys and girls, I want to point out a couple things. First off, get yourself some young boy gear. I think my camera moved. I want to put it down
love
just a little
that.
bit. We got to show the merch. Get yourself some young boy gear. We'll be jumping into that towards the tail end. And also, look at that gorgeous smile. Look at TOS YoungBoy. He's gorgeous. He's got a great look coming out in his gear. He's looking absolutely fantastic where he is right now in his career as a young starting wrestler. And it's been a minute for Young Boy, and that's kind of where we're going to start because you uh, are are training at my home base, TOS, Test of Strength. Is that correct, my friend?
Yes, that's my home right there.
And
Without them,
that's why they do call you TOS, Young Boy, yeah?
yeah, yeah. Imagine, too, as young boy, I was training at somewhere else. That'd be crazy. Yeah,
So
that's home. That's home, man. That's home.
yes, that is absolutely my home away from home as well. That's where I've spent a lot of my life in the past 8 years, 9 years or so doing the indie scene. I've spent a lot of my time at Test of Strength, especially at training day. Now, Test of Strength, near and dear to my heart. We've had Slick Wagner Brown on here specifically in a
I did not know that.
uh, a promoters roundtable. We had four promoters on here, and we chit chat wrestling, and it was kind of fun. It was a little bit different than because I was doing a fan roundtable. And I
Right.
figured, hey, why don't we get some promoters in here? And Slick Wagner Brown was in on that, and we had a blast with that. And plus, the history of all of the talent that have come out of TOS we've had on STP, and I've talked about it a lot. Why don't you start with talking to us, the fans, about Test of Strength, what it's done for you, your career where you're at now, as a person, because you start at one time, and please take us through, the history, how long it's been and all of that. Give us a little backstory of one TOS young boy, because first off, we want to know about the talent that we bring on here. We don't know your backstory, so that gives us that insight. But
Right.
it gives us also a different insight by you giving us your perspective than me always chit chatting about TOS. So let's sit back. I'll shut up, which is, that is impossible, but I'll shut up and give us some young boy TOS and what it all means to you right now.
All right, so let's start back to when I first started. So that was February of 2021. A lot of people don't know how long I've been with TOS because I was just one of the young boys before I was actually a young boy. You know what I mean?
A young boy.
So I started. Crazy thing is, like, I was looking for wrestling schools for since I was 16. I was looking for wrestling schools. I couldn't find any. TOS was not. Anytime I searched up on Google, never you will never see TOS, which was I never understood why. I don't know.
Oh,
It was just now I see it obviously, but before I didn't. So because I wanted to be a wrestler since I was 11 years old. Like
all right.
it's been something my dad would bring, like something me and my dad were able to come connected to. So like it was something we would watch when I was younger, and I just loved it. And Rey Mysterio was my idol, so I always wanted to be a part of it. So when I was slowly getting out of high school around 16, 17, I was like, I want to start, what's next? What's after besides college? What's next? So I was looking for schools, and it just wasn't working out. Couldn't find any. And then little, JB, right? JB.
I do.
I have him on had him on Facebook, and he started wrestling school, and I was like, "Where's this place at?"
Oh,
And
okay.
I found out they had free tryouts to see if I like it, because I'm not gonna pay money. We're gonna, this is raw. This is raw content here, so we're just gonna go all in, right?
It is. It is. Hey, this the FCC doesn't even look at my shit, so it's all good.
So I was, there's another promotion, in East Haven. You know that promotion very well.
Huh?
I was gonna originally go there. But when I spoke to, forgot, I don't know which one I was talking to on the phone. Um, he kind of just told me the base pay, and at that time I didn't have that money, and
Okay.
he didn't really offer me any, like, come and try it out, see if you like it. So I just, I was like, I started saving up money, and then TOS came.
Okay.
So I started there, and you wouldn't believe the first person that approached me when I walked through those doors. You ready for this one? You ready for this one?
Bobby Ocean.
No, Jordan
Huh.
Rowe.
Okay. You're telling me and us. us. You're telling us that the first person that you bounced into at TOS was one Jordan Ruff.
Yes, 100%.
I
Yeah.
am I am so sorry.
It was like destiny, huh? Right.
It
So
was.
so yeah, that happened. I'm in a lot. That first practice means a lot to me because it was like I could say I'm a shy person, but a lot of things open me up, especially wrestling, and being able to go into there, meeting Jordan, Sammy, Mark, Pat, obviously Wagner, Bobby. We had Flash there at the time too, training there. And it was just like they, you know, brought me in with open arms. It was like, wow, this is like family right here. Like I can't wait to come back, and I instantly loved it. What TOS been able to done for like what TOS has done for me was like make a 11-year-old dream come true. You know, like I
Awesome.
didn't think I would be where I am now. Honestly, like it without wrestling, I'd probably just be working, you know, my 9 to 5 like I do now, and not knowing what I'm gonna be doing. You know, who knows where my life would have been right now. This is something you know, I wake up every day and I'm grateful for. You know, it's something that keeps me, you know, going. Because some days, you know, we have those days where it's just like, you know, hey, you know, what, why, you know, what to do now, you know, stuff like that. So TOS
Right.
definitely has brought joy to my heart. You know, I love coming to practice. I love meeting all these different people that come in the dojo, like the new ones we have now. Like now, surprisingly, young boys like one of the veterans in the training facility right now because all the other guys went away now. You know, there's no more Sammy, there's no more Jordan. You know, there's no more. Well, no more Ty, you know, no more TJ. You don't see Ryan Frost like that. So it's really just me, Pat, and Jeremy, Mark sometimes. So you know now like the young boy is a veteran all of a sudden now teaching the newer ones what I was taught. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's pause right there and then we'll continue. I've spoken to the GM on many different levels. The GM, Alex Rojas, just want
Yes.
to make sure we're all known on that one. I've spoken to him on many levels in different environments. May it be a car ride, may it be at the venue, may it be at TOS at a training session, may it be on a stirring the pot. Um, that's something that is really, and I mean, it's not just TOS, but it's instilled within the community and the industry of wrestling. And seeing with my own eyes the JRows, the Sammys, the Ties, the Frosties, the TJs, and such as you've mentioned, the Elijah Sixes, the firm in
Mm-hmm.
general, which I hate saying as a collective. Ugh, gives me the shivers. Um, I've seen it firsthand. It's almost like the generation of wrestling. It's happening right before our eyes. Not everybody sees it,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been paying attention, my man. And I know that you are one of those guys right now. And when I come up to you, believe it was Vanguard, maybe at the debut.
Yep.
Um, I want to say that you are that next Sammy, that next Itchy, that next Ty, that next something that's coming out of TOS that's gonna have something, something to bite onto and really do something with. And I absolutely feel that, and I absolutely love
Tell me disconnected. What happened? What happened? What happened?
a young boy. Can I
I'm
ask you?
s- Go ahead.
Are you using the GM Alex Rojas's Wi-Fi because he's canceled stirring the pot before?
Oh no, no! I think it was your end because yours ended, didn't it? Mine was still on.
Then TJ Howell the second is still up my ass somewhere, man. That is not cool. Wow. And I was just giving GM some love and shit and talking about the generation of the teaching and the beautiful things that I'm seeing right before my eyes. Let's just continue with that. And now at this point in TOS's history, you are one of those veterans. You are one of those guys that are showing the younger young boys
Mhm.
coming up in TOS. And I love that. Please continue with that, my man.
Yeah, it's just crazy because I was just like, so before I debuted, it was so I've been a year active now. So last January is when not January that just passed, the January before that one, last year was when I first debuted. So now on seeing all these new kids coming in and me helping them out. I always loved helping and teaching, and telling people and showing people what I know, what helped me, and what might help them, or give them some advice and stuff like that. So being able to do that now is like it's crazy. I didn't expect that. It's been like 3 years, almost I think 3 years now at TOS, and it's just like
Mhm.
wow, like holy shoot, like it's been freaking crazy lately. Like there's no way that all this has been going on so quickly.
Now, you didn't start as a wrestler. You were a referee, correct?
No,
You weren't in a referee
no.
not once, not any
Mm-mm.
time at all.
I got lucky with that one. I did not want to be.
Really? I've never talked shit about your count or your blindness or anything in the ring as a referee, not once.
No.
Huh. Must have been Mark then, because I used to talk a lot of shit then. Huh. Okay. Because I was gonna say, it seems like, even as you mentioned earlier, one JRowe, he was in there refereeing like a madman. He was referee JRowe, he was raffle ticket JRowe, he was gummy bear JRowe, he was French fry JRowe, he was chairs and tables JRowe, he was shit. He had like 13 positions. It was fantastic. He
Now
was
he's
taking
Snapple
on so
God.
many roles. It was insane.
Now he's
Yeah.
Snapple God, JRowe.
We haven't seen him in a minute. We'll get into all of that J-Roll
Oh
bullshit
yeah,
in a minute.
yeah, we will.
Uh, Um, so you're 3 years deep, been active for a year. You're really looking good. I know you're a smaller guy. Let's jump into that a little bit. You're a smaller guy than most wrestlers, if you will. You got to just point it out there. And I know all the
Yeah,
smaller guys always say, I got to step up my game just a little more. I got to work out just a little more. Do you feel yourself doing just a little more than the other athletes, if you will, that are training and in front of you? May it be veteran or a younger young boy coming up, because like I said, some of the smaller guys feel they have to do just a little bit more.
100%. I mean, I don't feel like I have to. I feel like
You
not
want
that
to.
I want to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have no other choice. I mean, I came in a lot skinnier when I started than I am now, and I'm just gonna keep growing. Obviously, hitting the gym more, put in the work. So I have to. I have no other choice. I mean, you look at someone like Pat and me. Who are you gonna look at more? Let's be honest now. You know what I mean? So, you know, I have to work as hard as I can. That's how I always looked at it since I was in high school. I have to work harder than the average person because I'm always going to be the smallest person. So that's kind
Mhm.
of how I approach every time.
Well, seeing the rise of the young students is always in any promotion that I've gone to that offers a facility to train and mold their students and have them upcome like that. Um, it's just absolutely fantastic. I want to stay on TOS just a smidge.
Yeah.
Now, I always describe TOS as this: if it's at night, which I've been there, it gets dark a little
Hmm.
bit early, and I know they're afternoon shows and stuff, but I've been there at night, and it feels like a horror movie, and you're fucking lost. And I go, when you get to the stop sign, you're gonna look to your left. There's going to be more street. You're going to look to your right, and there's going to be two parking lots. In front of you is a building. You're going to feel like there is no wrestling there. But let me tell you, there is wrestling there. You walk up these steps. I call them the legendary steps of TOS.
Oh my God.
You walk up the steps, you go through a door, you go down a hallway, you take a
Hmm.
left, you go down one more kind of longish hallway, not too long. You take a hard right to a door, and it's just a room. It's like someone's bedroom with a flipping ring and about 30 chairs at best.
Yep.
Talk to us about the intimacy of that room compared to now in TOS's history. They've been going for a few years strong now with their road events. Talk to us about the intimacy and the dojo.
Like training days? Or are you talking about like in general with
Yes.
the dojo? Training days?
No, yeah, training days. I mean,
Training days are like how Wagner puts it, it's like a trial for us, like for us to learn, get our feet wet, get used to. But for me, it's like honestly, it's one, it's home. It's like, oh, when I know we got a training day, we don't got to travel. I literally just come here, and I know this area. You know, I'm here every week, so
Yeah.
it's like a love for it. But then like wrestling in front of different people because you don't see always the same faces. Obviously, we see you, we see Fogman, you know, we see Karen, we see Josh, you know, the normal people, but then we also see new people all the time. And it's like, it's such a different environment. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you're going to those road events where you got all these chairs, these open space, and like, you know, everyone's reacting, but then you got this little area that everyone's just staring at you. They got no other distraction, no other distraction, no, just two people in a ring. And it's just like it's sometimes nerve-wracking. It's sometimes like, wow, like I got all these people next to me, like they literally can see everything I do if I mess up, anything. So it's like it's a whole different environment, and it's like it definitely helps me from when I go on road events for sure.
I absolutely love it. It's my I think even to date, and I know it gets a little warm and I know it gets a little cold, but man, that place is like my favorite place because of the intimacy. And it
Mhm.
has 20, 30 chairs in there. And there are people that stand up, and there might be, 30 to 40 people at a time in there, maybe 50, who knows? But it's just that it's just like a big bedroom with a ring and some friends sitting down
Yep.
watching. And like you said, it's not always the same faces, but I wanted to point that out too because let's see, I'll use Clutch Williams as an example. He's another new
Uh-huh.
young kid, student. I've never actually, I cannot say I've ever met him. I've never seen him. If I've seen him at a show and we've shook hands before, I apologize for not remembering you, Mr. Clutch Williams.
He has a forgettable
But
face. It's all right.
he's 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 at training day. His family is to our right. So the first row is Foggy, Bruce, Josh, and someone else, or no, someone else then Josh. He likes that far corner. Then the second row is myself, Karen, and three family members, and I want to say including mom and dad with maybe a brother of one Clutch Williams. Dude, that was one of the funnest training days I've ever had. That was just recently, like a
That
47 or some shit. 46,
yeah,
47.
that was the when was that? That
That
was
wasn't that far. That was only a
was
couple
it
months
April? I
back.
think it was April. I think it was April. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was probably some of my funnest time because new faces, and we did not know each other from a bag of shit. But
Hmm.
man, I started giving one Clutch Williams some business in the ring, and I said, "That ain't." I go, "That's not so clutch, Mister Williams." And he said, "Shut up, Kincaid." And I just popped. He's like, "Shut your mouth, Kincaid," or something like that. And I absolutely popped, and I stood up, and I go, "Holy shit, Clutch Williams knows me," like that. And his family popped for it. And I even doubled up when I sat down. I was giving them all high fives, and we were having a blast over there. But the point being is, you do see these new faces that come to see some of the new students that TOS is bringing in that are maybe from different areas that want to get a little run over at the dojo or their friends and such. So it's amazing over at the TO. And I know it doesn't always get packed and everything, but it doesn't matter because there is usually a few new faces.
Yeah. You know what? I want you to quote me on this. A train. Imagine a training day, right? What it maybe train day 50, right? Because we're almost there. Then we got
We
two
are.
more.
Yeah.
Imagine train day 50 versus the newer generation and the
Ooh.
older generation. The
Oh boy.
whole
Oh boy.
card, the whole card of just being TOS students from the
Oh boy.
olds to the news. Just imagine that. No other people from the no other from other promotions. Like we're saying like Ichiban, Sammy, we're saying Ty Shine, TJ comes back, obviously Ryan Frost, just everybody, everyone you've seen that you know that's from TOS in just one show. Just imagine that.
That would be flipping amazing. I would be so about that.
Yeah, I mean hopefully Wyatt hears this, you know. Hey,
Mm.
Train 850. Come on, Alex. Let's make it happen. Let's do something.
Uh,
I'll be.
uh, young boy the Booker is stepping up.
I do it all. I do it all.
So let's kind of get on that subject because we've been on TOS for a bit, doing it all. And I know we kind of, you're like, you know what, I kind of scathed that referee thing because I wasn't too down with that. Doing it all, though, that kind of gives you that full package to really, really sustain in the industry of wrestling, knowing the refereeing, knowing the behind the scenes, knowing production from the point of view of behind the camera or looking at the monitors, knowing, being a producer, putting things together, booking and such. So, are you looking to get multifaceted to do this? And I know you're very, very young in your career, and I'm probably asking you a question that is so wide open, but are you really looking? Are you looking for it all? Young boy wants to be young boy cameraman, young boy, everything that takes it behind the scenes and everything in wrestling.
Well, honestly, well, funny that you said about the ref thing. I actually at practice I used to ref a lot for our practice matches, so I
Okay.
almost didn't escape the refing thing. But I do ref a lot of matches at practice matches for the new kids because they're just fun. Like it's fun to be a ref. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's why Gina loves it. But but on the other thing, I mean, I really just really want to be in the ring. I really want to showcase what I can do, but like at the same time, if I can't do that at the moment, I would love to help any other way, which is like something I really want to do, which I haven't. Like maybe one time commentate,
Oh,
announce, obviously backstage, I try to help out as much as way, but any way I can help out, I would love to do it. If I can't do it in the ring, as long as it's a part of wrestling, I have no problem doing it.
I want to piggyback on that with something you just said. If I can help out in the back. Now, there was something on Face page not that long ago from someone who's been in the business for a while. He's got a good head about him. He's one of the brain children around PvP. That is one Hammer Tunis, sexy Jesus, Hammer Tunis. He gave you a little bit of shine on the old Face page not that long ago, my friend, and it was right after Vanguard's debut of the Coronation, Pure Vanguard Wrestling. Boys and girls, if you haven't heard them, look them up, check them out. Brand new deal, kind of sister companies, if you will, with what's going on and what
Yeah,
we're talking about here. Give
very
them a
old
look.
school.
See, yes, old school is their way, is their gig. Um, but one sexy Jesus Hammer Tunis, he put some shine out there for one TOS young boy at the 10-year right now, you're only a year active. You've been around the business for 3 years in TOS and branching out into some other things. How
Mhm.
does that make you feel really as an athlete, a performer, an upcoming, such a young, if you, I'll have to put green on the labels. You're still a green guy in the industry.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel coming from a guy like Hammer, like I said, a veteran? He's got a good mind for the game, brainchild of PvP over there. They've had a good tenure. They have good storylines, and they know what they're doing over there. How does that make you feel?
Oh, that was like I remember seeing the getting mentioned, you get those notifications, and I was like, I got mentioned. I'm thinking it's something about the match or something, and then seeing what he wrote, I was very like I had a big smile on my face. Like I was like, wow, like when after our match and we discussed, I asked him like, hey, do you have any pointers? Do you have anything for me? Did I do anything? What did you not like? Like a rookie should say to a veteran. And for the first time, he said, I have nothing. He said, you're. I was like, what? I was like, that a good? He's like, you're great. He's like, you're good. He's like, you know, so and so with the advice, and I'm like, wow, like that made me feel good. That means like one, I'm getting trained right. I'm doing what I need to do, and like I'm not just going out there and making a fool of myself. I'm actually doing it right, and I'm actually making myself proud. Because like again, you're your biggest enemy, and when I hear compliments like that, especially for someone that's been there, he said he's been for like 15 years or 10 years. He said like he just
Yes.
posted something about it for someone to say that was like, wow, like that really made me feel good and that made me even want to work harder. That brought back motivation, especially because um we're gonna go somewhere real quick. Just real quick. That week that happened, I was losing a lot of motivation for a lot of things mentally because the week before I just lost my grandma.
I'm
So
sorry, my man. I'm sorry.
thank you. So someone that's meant a lot to me through all this. Losing that kind of really put a sharp pain to me. So it
Mhm.
was like, I had BST on Friday that weekend and then Vanguard that Saturday. So that whole week was just like, all right, let's go to wrestling, let's get through it, and let's go home, on to the next thing. And it was really tough, but getting to get those compliments, and then when you came up to me telling me how like you're gonna be the next, Ichiban, Sammy Diaz, all these other people, that also touched me too. I didn't get to mention that yet, and it's because like at that moment, obviously no one knows what someone's going through. You know that. No one knows until, but it's just those words that someone could say to someone that can really like change the way they were feeling. And I thank you for saying those things to me because, someone that's
Absolutely.
been with TOS for so long and, when I started, my first ever TOS event was Dear Norma. Well, the first one at Riders. And seeing you there, seeing all the regulars ones there, and then I noticed that you guys were regulars because I didn't know. Obviously, it's my first time seeing everyone like you at those shows all the time. I'm like, oh, he's a regular. Like he's always there. So seeing that and me finally getting to perform, and you telling me that was like, wow, I'm doing good. Like I'm actually doing good, and that made me proud, and especially again hearing it from Hammer was like,
Mm.
wow, So hopefully, that ends with me being at PvP soon, hopefully,
Eh,
you know.
Hey, you never know. Branching out, going to a new place, getting away from the nest, if you
Mhm.
will. One of the scariest things I would have to say for a student in wrestling because there's so many question marks. You're in a totally different environment. It's not a controlled situation with Alex running the show, Wagner running the show, Bobby maybe doing a little something behind the scenes, or however whoever is doing their thing. It's not that controlled anymore. It's somebody else. It's an opponent you've never been with. It's somebody you've never even seen before. Who they've been trained by? Are they safe? I gotta look at their footage. There's so many question marks when you
Yep.
start leaving the nest. Are you finding yourself a little bit more nervous when you're starting to get away from the TOS brand, my friend?
Yes, very. I'm literally always like, oh man, like what am I going? I gotta know what to expect. When I go to TOS, I walk in, I know everybody there. Everybody knows me. Now I'm going into somewhere that not a lot of people know me. Like it's like, hey, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. Like to be honest, like obviously in the business that we're arm wrestling, we have to shake hands to everybody. That's what we're taught. I am like, I get social anxiety sometimes. So like when I have to do that in a new place, it's like, oh man, hi, nice to meet you. It's like, ooh. So when I go like tattoo is another one, that's a new spot for me. I debuted there. That was very new. And I was nervous. Like I didn't know what to expect, what to go into. I helped out with ring crew early in the day, so I was one of the first ones there. I knew some of the TOS guys were gonna be there, so that made me feel good. So like stuff like that is like great. Some of the TOS guys, but I know I'm not gonna always have that. You know what I mean? So like I recently wrestled in Maine.
Okay.
Um, I rode up with Bobby. Bobby got me something there. Because he's really cool with the promoter. You might probably know him, Doc
Okay.
Harrison.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully I'm saying his name right. And he got me over there, got me a match, and there was a lot of new people there. Like Dango was there, Dirty Dango was there, so that was cool.
Hmm.
And Ichiban was also there, and so was Flash. But there was a lot of people I didn't know, so it was like
Right.
another nerve wracking experience having to like, I don't know what to expect, especially the crowd. That's the main thing. I'm always thinking like, are they gonna
Yes.
like me? Are they gonna like?
Right.
TOS is so used to seeing me already. So every time I go out there, I already know what to expect, and more.
Young
But going
boy.
exactly. But I go out to these places and they don't know me. But
Yeah.
getting like walking out on Saturday and hearing you, but then hearing also every other people cheer was like, oh wow, okay, like this is like great welcoming because a lot of people
Yeah.
don't really know me. So yeah, that's the main thing is just like not knowing everybody. Again, I don't know who I'm really facing. I've been lucky to face, a lot of people that have been safe,
Mhm.
minus something that happened Saturday, but we can get to that later.
Right.
But so far I've been blessed. I mean, I've been so happy, but right now mainly it's just me trying to branch out more. It's been a little hard,
Mhm.
and obviously everyone says it's gonna be hard. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm
Right.
just trying to get out there as much as I can.
Awesome. Love hearing all of that. Uh, today's episode, and I don't do sponsors, but today I am because I'm keeping my do all nice and cozy in a koozie, and I'm not a koozie kind of guy. But my friend, my broham, one Greg, he is up in Rhode Island. He is the South Coast Sign Crew. Okay, the SCSC. Now he goes and makes the big heads of Q, myself, Kylon. He's everywhere,
Okay, okay,
right?
okay.
My man Greg. So this episode is brought to you by the SCSC. A do on you, my friend.
If I had something, I would cheers to you too.
Oh, that is so refreshing out here.
What
I
is that, a
see your
beer?
shoe. Oh no! Oh no, my friend. I'm strictly Mountain Dew, man. I like radiator
Oh, okay,
fluid.
okay,
That's
okay,
all.
okay.
That's my jam. That's it. I'm
Got you,
I'm
got
good.
you. Got you.
I'm
No,
not a
no, my
survey.
bad.
I'm not a cerveza guy. Never have been. I keep seeing your shoot name up in the left hand corner, and I've almost said your name 32 times already.
All right, so talk about
No,
names,
no,
right?
no, 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 no. Shh. Because I'm gonna say something about Tetsu, and then I'm gonna mention something about that.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. My bad.
Tetsu,
This
you
is this
are.
is your show. I'm sorry. My bad.
I didn't mean to cut you off abruptly. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Um,
You're good. You're good.
Tetsu again, and I'm gonna probably repeat this a couple times because only a year in your career, it's still so fresh, so new. Tetsu has a six-sided ring. Please, oh please, talk to us, the fans, about a six-sided ring. What in the bejesus is going on in there? Because it looks a lot of fun, but those ropes, they're a lot thicker in dimension. They're a lot shorter in length. They don't they don't look like they move a whole lot. Please talk to us about this six-sided ring, please.
First, when I saw that it was six-sided ring, the first thing I thought was TNA.
Yeah, of
I'm
course you did.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the TNA ring. So I can't wait. And then I got to roll around in it earlier in the day, and I was like, holy moly. The first thing the promoter told me, Xander, he said, when you hit the ropes, they're gonna be a little stiffer because they're shorter. So I go, oh, I can't wait. So once he set up the ring, I went to hit the ropes. I didn't even bounce off. The best thing to explain it. Imagine two people hitting the ropes at the same time. Someone like Pat's size hitting the
Okay.
ropes while you're trying to hit the ropes. And that rope is hard. That's how it felt. That's how it felt. It was so weird. I'm like, all right, if I'm gonna do this and I want to hit the rope straight, which way do I go? Like, do I go that way, that way? And
Yeah,
the whole structure is so weird. And I
it
was
is.
like, and I think the ring's a little bit bigger than TOS's. I mean, TOS is obviously squared, but it's 16. I think he said that ring was 18 by 18. So
Okay.
I when I was doing one of the moves I was doing, that I'm used to doing in our ring, when I went to do it there, I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta run a little forward. So I was like, oh man. So like that was
Oh
it
man.
was it was a really good experience though. Like the ropes felt good, besides hitting them. It freaking sucks. But other than that, I loved the ring. It was different. Maybe probably when I touch it again, I maybe might not love it as much. But the first time it was definitely a fun experience that I would definitely do again.
Nice. You did mention you were part of the ring crew. Putting that thing together, is that like putting a jigsaw together? Because that's not like putting a regular ring together.
Oh my god. Well, I want to say that I will stick to TOS ring crew forever, because what is that? It was put this pole down, then you got to put this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm like, wait, there's six posts. Then you put this together. I'm like, no, 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 no. What is all this? Luckily, obviously
Yeah,
there was help, but like Jesus, I
yeah.
was like, no, no. I like squared rings. They're so much easier and quicker. One, two, three. You put the structure together. You put the the pipes, and then you put the wood, and then that's it. Everything's nice and easy. That you gotta put. It's like you gotta angle everything. You gotta put something in here. Put something. Too much.
Mm-hmm. It is. I've seen it mid construction for their very first show, as at the Armory where they used to uh, work regularly, and I walk up this big ramp because again it's an old armory and they have this huge concrete ramp for the trucks to deliver their stuff. So I'm walking up this thing and I hear all the chatter and everything, and I see the guys are still bringing stuff up and whatnot.
Right.
Once you got up to the ramp just enough to see the floor in that ring, I'm looking at it going, what in the fuck is going on around here? I knew they were going to have the six-sided ring, and I've seen it at the cosplay before, set
Right.
up and whatnot, but not being set up. I'm looking at this, and I see some of the boys, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go back that way. That looked like a total mess. I did not want no part of
Yeah,
that.
it's like a puzzle. They have wood that like they cut wood, so they got a wood like this big for like the little corner. I'm like, what is this? I'm used to every wood the same size. They got wood that's really cut in different angles. I'm like, oh
Uh,
boy, this is a puzzle right here. Definitely a different
uh,
experience, but it was like, whoa.
Well, thank you for sharing with us, the fans, because we don't know these kind of things. We get there, everything's set up. It looks beautiful. It looks, the way it looks. So that's why I ask these questions. So thank you so much for sharing
Yeah.
with us, because that six-sided ring, that's not something you work in every day. That's for damn sure.
As a fan, let me ask you this: as a fan, when you're watching it,
Mhm.
how is the structure when you're watching it from where you were, when you're watching the everyone wrestling? Is it different from
It
a
is
viewing
different.
site?
It is different. And unfortunately, un- unfortunately, with a six-sided ring, because not everyone is used to a six-sided ring, and you were kind of pointing that out. I
Right.
usually do this at the TOS ring, but then went to go do it, and I almost had to rethink it just a smidge. I see more, more, more confusion in in traffic, if you will, going from once you hit those ropes, you have to go somewhere, and it's not directly across because there's a fucking
Right.
post right there. So, if anything, from a fan's point of view, from my eyes, maybe not everybody sees it, but from my eyes, I just see a lot of oh shit, kind of, kind of getting back on track and almost doing like a fucking U to the other side instead of going straight, because your brain, like you're saying, it has to rethink it. And I know you can run the ropes a little bit pre-show, but that just doesn't give it to you
Mm-mm.
until you're
Nope.
in that ring and you're doing stuff with your opponent or opponents, and you're in a four-way, for crying out loud. So you're in a six-sided ring and you're in a four-way. I mean, TOS YoungBoy, astonishing, because like you said, you were maybe a little bit more nervous than you usually would because it's a new environment. It's a
Right.
six-sided ring. You may be wrestling with guys that you haven't wrestled with before, and there's question marks everywhere.
That was
So
my first time facing Bobby. That was fun.
I, I, I already know the answer to this. His chops must fucking suck
I didn't get one.
so bad.
I didn't get one.
You didn't?
No, thank God.
Oh,
I gave
okay.
one though. I gave one to your best buddy, Bano.
Oh, Bano, thank you. Yes, and I thanked you actually
Yeah,
on
I
that
heard you. I heard you. Thank you, young
one.
boy. I gave him two. See, here's
Uh,
the funny story. So during the match, I got as you say, shoot kicked in the nose
oh wow.
by Damian Black,
Oh no.
and I was gushing, but I'd made sure no one really could see it. And right after, that was when I end up chopping Bano. So the anger of me getting kicked in the nose, that was towards that chop. So I had to do something with the anger. So yeah, he got a real two good ones, two good ones. I watched it back and I
um,
was like, ooh.
Well, uh, from me to you, from you to me, anytime you're in a pissed off mood, just find Mr. Allen, anytime Alan Bano, and chop his ass, please. Thank you, and I would appreciate that. It doesn't matter where you are, just do it. Hey, is Bano around? Who? What's his name? Blank blank shoot name? Oh yeah, he's over there. Chop chop. Thanks, my man. And take off. No questions asked.
Is it because of his song you don't like him?
Dude, yes, you see, you were part of all of that. You seen
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
you seen the Kincaid file. I'm so glad you were part of that, and you witnessed it. Pretty Poppy all there with the sunglasses, trying to look pretty for the babies over there. And then Pretty Poppy's family no selling me 1,000%.
What made it better? Because they don't understand English. That's what made it so funny.
Yeah, I found that out at the boys' club when I was talking junk about Ugly Poppy to his family. Because I kept calling him Ugly Poppy.
He's really liked over there, so you can't call him Ugly Poppy over there.
Yeah,
You know?
no. I was the only one. I was trying to get someone. I was trying to get some of the kids that he actually legit teaches over there as a
Yeah.
coach
Mhm.
at the boys' club. I was trying to get the group of them. Okay, these psychopaths, these future, these future serial killers that said, yeah, when Patrick Saint said, who wants to see a dead body? Every single one of them young people all yelled, yeah! But I asked them to do one thing, and it only takes 5 seconds to chant Ugly Poppy, and they were getting all up in my shit. They're future serial killers, every single one of them. Young boy, I'm telling you right
Oh,
now.
that must have been hilarious. What's
Uh,
the dead body? Yeah.
they all cheered, and I stood up and I go, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
That's great. That's great.
But that's the fun we have at the shows, my friend.
Oh yeah.
That is what takes us away from the everyday garbage.
Mhm.
That's why we go. And I know we've talked about this a thousand times on Stirring the Pot. That's why not only the fans, that's kind of your escape at the same token. Even
Sure.
if you had a shit day at work and then you got home and you're getting psyched for the show and you check your mail and you were like, this fucking bill, I thought I paid that last month. And you didn't. And now you're double billed and you've got just regular life up your
Yep.
ass. For me personally, I drive into that parking lot, my friend. I don't even have to walk through the doors. I don't know what it is, how it is, why it is, but magically, don't tell Magic Man. I can't stomach that little son of a bitch. Magically, everything goes away, and it's all about what's happening right now at TOS, at PAPW, at wherever we are. Does that happen for one TOS, young boy?
Yeah, all the time. For practices we have Tuesdays and Thursdays. Anything that's going on, I can have the worst day, the worst, shittiest day ever. Like anything can have been happening. And once I walk through the practice doors, like you said, you go down the up the long stairs, on down the hallway, take a left, then you take a quick little right, and once I go through those doors, all goes away. Especially like you said, it's definitely my escape. It became an escape to me really quickly after I fell in love with it. Like the day my grandma passed away, it was a Saturday. That Sunday was our last training day that we had that we I was wrestling stand. So I had obviously a shitty night. Literally the morning was like I couldn't sleep that whole night. And then I had to, I had to push myself to go because I had responsibilities. A lot of people, in the locker room gave me props for even showing up. A lot of them were like,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have showed up, but it's like I have a job to do. This is something I love, and I'm not gonna. Especially my grandma wouldn't want me to cancel on it. You know what I mean? I thought about it. My dad told me like, grandma wouldn't want it, so I was like, you know what? I went, I did what I had to do, and then obviously I left. But going in there, it took a lot away for a second. I left everything that happened. I had a fun time. Wrestling stand. Win or lose. It was. I had fun, getting to see everybody again, and then it was like an escape, and definitely was needed. Definitely was needed. But yeah, every time I walk through those dojos, every time I walk through the dojo, anywhere, any wrestling facility, honestly, it's
Right.
a big escape.
Absolutely, man. I feel that. We just have a lot of fun. And that's why we go there. There are people that will sit back, and I mean, I'm not this. When it comes to the independent scene and the local scene, I do try to be vocal because not all of them are very busy with fans. Not all of them are packed. There might be 40 or 50 people there. And yes, I might be a little more vocal at times. But I'm not vulgar, except to Q. I don't mind being vulgar to Q one bit at all, on any given day. But what I try to do is I see people to the left of me. I don't even think they've actually seen wrestling before. And I'm talking at the building 4, the new spot. I absolutely love that
Oh,
venue.
I love that
Um,
venue.
at building 4 in Manchester. And some of the guys and girls that have come across from the brewery, they've never even seen wrestling. I've gotten them in to return. We've gotten them in to cheer with us and do some of my stupid chants that we yell at some of the guys and girls sometimes. And sometimes they'll latch on to what somebody else is doing on the other
Hmm.
side of the room or whatever. But that's why I kind of get a little more vocal. I haven't been to a big event in a long time. I'm just not that guy. I'm more of an indie
Right.
guy. I
You
did
need
go to
that though.
AD. I did go to AEW maybe 2 years ago. I just sit back and watch. I'm really just I could give a rat's ass, honestly. I just sit back and watch. I don't know. I don't know what it is or why it is. I get to the indie thing and I'm just like squawk, squawk, squawk. You can't shut me up half the time.
But you need
Um
someone like you to be cheering, because there's a lot of like training days is another thing. I think it's a jump on. There's a lot of people that they go to train days and they sit on their hands. They don't really
yeah.
cheer. They just watch because it's such a small environment. So you need
Mhm.
people like you, Joey G, to cheer all the time, because it gets when once that one person starts cheering, the other people are gonna start following all the time. You know.
That happens at TOS and not only at the training days, but on their road shows. Every single time that Joey G, I'd like to call him Jackie G because I couldn't fucking remember his name at first.
Jackie G.
I could Jackie G, GackieG, Jackie G, and our boy Joey G's been kind of in a roller coaster lately.
Right.
I
Yeah.
want to give him some love, but that's the whole point of saying this because when he's at those shows, I mean, I get a few things going. I can't I can't keep up with that kid. I cannot do as much as he does. I'm not a sign guy from the heart. I'm more of a vocal guy. He's a vocal guy. He's a sign guy. He loves to give the business. Oh, to Dan the Man. I think it's like one of his most favorite pastimes in the universe to give the business to Dan the Man and the mission included. But without guys like that who aren't constant, who aren't energetic, that really bring their vocal, uh, just their vibe, their ambiance to these shows, a lot of it just kind of gets lost in the dust. And
Hmm.
I know you guys and girls feel it because now you're trying to get a little something out of the crowd, but maybe those regulars aren't there and you're still trying to pull it out of them. So you got to win them over. And I know it's hard and you can't win everybody over. And I get that,
Right.
and I totally get that. But without guys like Jackie G and company being Frost Force with Billy and company, it would be very hard out there. So I love when those guys show up. So I hope to see Jackie G back real soon. He did come back to a training day not all that long ago, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But
I remember seeing. I
he's
was
gonna
surprised.
be he's gonna be at Strictly Business, my friend, this Saturday.
Oh, I'm gonna
Yes,
need that. Hey, listen,
yes,
Joey G's a big impact when it comes to the fans, and like one of the regulars. He's a big like ride or die TOS fan, especially for all us. And like I could say it for the
absolutely.
people and the roster and the locker room and the dojo that we appreciate him a lot. Hopefully he sees this, because like he does a lot for us that he doesn't need to. You know what I mean? He brings all his friends with him, the Frost Force. I'm pretty sure he probably brings other people that, because all the posting he does about us, and he
Mhm.
he's a OG. He's real. You know.
Now they all say that he lives in Connecticut to bust his balls, but you do know he
I
lives
don't
in
get
New
that.
York, right?
Can you explain that to me? I really want to know that joke because I see all the time. I'm confused. I really want to know the joke. Can someone explain it to me, please, please?
Uh, we here on SCP would love to do that. He lives in New York. They drive a while. I mean, I've known Joey G to drive a couple hours for TOS easy. But he was coming to Connecticut shows so often, being he started at NEW 2018. They were the RJ Rude section. That's how he started coming to wrestling around here.
Okay.
They were the RJ Rude section, and then he discovered TOS, and he loves the stepdads. And then he came to, I want to say it was like a Halloween throwdown or some shit. I can't remember exactly the first show, but those guys came from lands far away, and they were the stepdad squad. They still are. They still love them guys to pieces, but they're
Right.
more known as the Frost Force nowadays. But they were the stepdad squad, and TOS. Once they came there that one time, they were all about TOS, and they have not left ever since. So they go to so many Connecticut shows that they just keep saying, Joey G, it takes an awful long time to drive from Connecticut to Connecticut just to go to a show in Connecticut.
That's why I'm like, does he really live in Connecticut? Like, I always wondered that. But I'm like, there's no way. He's in New York. That don't make sense. Now that makes sense. Thank you for clearing that
Uh,
up.
so with all of that being said, I absolutely love me some Joey G and company. We hope to see himself come back because I know he absolutely loves wrestling. And hey, my friend, I took a year off from STP. Sometimes we have to just pull
Yeah.
away, and it's I don't know if it's part of every industry, but I've taken a break here now and then. So, Joey G, I know we'll be seeing you Saturday. We're gonna have a blast at Strictly Business for Legacy is Timeless, LIT Strictly Business,
Hmm.
and that's gonna lead me into this right now. There were no young boys that were named Young Boy in TOS. They've always been young boys behind the scenes as students in TOS. How did the TOS Young Boy become the TOS Young Boy? And was that the first gimmick, if you will, or character that was taken on by TOS Young Boy? Were you something else previous to this kind of sticking to yourself as a character?
Um, Now I've always been TOS young boy. It was given to me um by Jordan Rowe, the God
Shut.
of God.
Would you stop with all of this Jordan Roche shit?
So yeah, I've been his young boy, and from there on, I was told by Alex, you know, that wherever I go, from only like our sister ones, LIT. If I go to Bell City, no, yeah,
Yeah, Bell
Belltime,
City. Bell Time
and
Club, yes. Bell
yeah,
City.
Belltime Club,
I'm
Bell
fucking
City. I'm
agreeing with you.
thinking of Bristol. Oh man, don't get mad at me. I was just kidding. Anyways, um, yeah. So anywhere I go, just those three. A young boy. So um, after I beat Jordan, I'm trying to get out of the young boy thing. You know what I mean? I want to
Okay.
branch into my own thing. So as
Okay.
of right now, yes, I am a young boy. Yeah.
All right. As I stated at the very beginning in the intro, TOS Young Boy, Versace Young Boy. Talk to us about that real quick, please.
Versace young boy. Oh man, that was great. So I got an opportunity to be tag team partners with Patrick Saint, the
He's a
Versace
beast.
Poppy,
He's an
the Don
animal.
Dada, the Top Shotta, the Paper Chase, Himbo Slice, Patrick Saint. Yeah. Oh man, that was so exciting. So when we were going to shoot a promo, and I said, Pat, do you have an extra Versace shirt? He goes, yes, I do. I said, can I please put it on and a pair of Versace sunglasses and let me walk into singing 500 degrees,
Oh,
please. He loved it. And since then, I came out with the robe, and since then I've been Versace Poppy every time I'm with Versace YoungBoy. Ever since I've been with Patrick Saint, that was a great little time. Wrestling with the Mission. Sucks that we couldn't beat them, but hey, the mission never goes away, I guess.
Could you tell the fans yourself and Patrick Saint came out with full blown jumpsuits? Could you tell us what it said on your back on the logo, my friend?
So the back it said Mission Busters. So it's
Yes.
it's a just like the Ghostbusters logo, but with Dan the Man holding his book, made by GMX, GM's heel shit apparel, made by him, and it was Patrick's idea. He wanted to do something like that. He told me would I like to join him on that, and I was like, hell yeah. We were trying to get Mimi on it. I guess the no one gave her the heads up, so it's okay. She's all right with that one. But yeah, we did that, and now if anyone wants a T-shirt of that, Patrick has that. So if anyone wants the merch of the Mission Busters, Patrick has that himself.
Oh,
Yes, he has
really?
T-shirts. Yes, probably
I
be
think
there at Strictly Business. So
I think I might want one of those because
yeah, it's great.
that was some fun times right there.
That was the first time being in a different type of gear that's not my tracksuit was great. Was great. It was different. I loved it. It was definitely fun. Especially that whole event that day was really cool. I like the venue was great. Actually, you already know we're going back there in July, so yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
Um, this Saturday, LIT Strictly Business. This will be Block 3 going on. This is a brand new company that started with by GMX Alex Rojas,
Hmm.
and it's his brainchild, and he's got this beautiful thing going on. It's this Saturday, Building for Manchester, Connecticut, and you are LIT Young
Hmm.
Boy. Legacy is timeless. Talk to us about your match. Talk to us about the venue because I've already mentioned it and what it means to you guys over there because it's so different than anything.
Yeah.
Um, and talk to us about Legacy is Timeless.
Um. Start with the match since you asked that first. So I have a triple threat match against Red Sawyer
Oh,
and
Jesus Christ.
Pretty Poppy.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
That one, I mean, I'm really excited for that one. Like that one was like the original plan. I was supposed to wrestle a game like I did at the previous one, but something happened
Mhm.
where he no showed me. But it's all right. That's for a different day.
That's for a
And
different
and I got another opportunity to do this, and I'm excited for it. Like this is generation of TOS
day.
right here. This is our time for not just me, for Red. His birds aren't real, and you know, Pretty Poppy to like showcase that. We probably deserved to be on the block. To be the chance to go for the LIT championship. Like you look at the card and it's a whole bunch of superstars on the indies. Everybody that's great is on this list, and everyone's probably looking forward for those matches. But how I looked at it when I saw that's the match we're gonna have, I'm calling it the sleeper. I
Okay.
think we're gonna prove to everybody on Saturday that we're probably gonna be match of the night, and I'm saying it. I'm not being cocky. I'm not being nothing, but what we are gonna bring to the table and bring this Saturday is gonna be so different from what every singles on that card.
Okay.
I think we're gonna do great. I'm excited for it. There's different um characters from it. They got me, young boy. They got Red. He's a freaking lunatic, and we got someone that thinks he's the most gorgeous piece of meat in the world. You know what I mean? So we got three different people here. You know what I mean? So this is putting it all together. I really can't wait for that one. This is gonna be fun. It's probably gonna be my favorite match at LIT, and we'll see. Hopefully, because my favorite one so far is at the first LIT show. I don't think you got to be at that one, right? The
How about
first
that?
first one. So that one was fun. I had faced Garrett, so that one was my favorite. But LIT, like since you asked me what LIT means to me, it's at first, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know if either Alex sees it or not. I was questionable about it. I know what to expect. I didn't know. This is something new. This is something that Alex is taking control of. This is his own thing, far away from TOS. Obviously, TOS is partnered, but this is his own thing, his own mind, what he has. So I didn't know what to expect from it. You know what I mean? And so far, being there at every show so far, I want to say I freaking appreciate Alex for it. You know, he's done a lot for all of us, and then for him to give us this opportunity to showcase what we have, give especially me more reps. You know, that's just been the main thing. It's been hard getting bookings everywhere else, but being able to do it at a sister school, but a different place considerably in the same ring, you know, has been really helpful, and I appreciate him so much. So that LIT means the world to me, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. And then I know the title is being shown at they're doing like a meet and greet today or something like that.
Mhm.
So I can't wait to see how it looks. I'm really excited how that's gonna look, and I can't wait to see how far it goes from there. And then to the venue, oh my gosh, that venue's beautiful. That venue, like, doesn't it give you like wedding vibes? Like it's like a
Well,
wedding venue.
well, yeah, I'll set it up because it's in one of these places that you wrestling's not going to be there, but yes, it is. It's an industrial area again, and you have to go a couple, driveways down. It's not like right there on your first
Yep.
one, but you go a little bit, you follow the building, you take a right, you get down there, and it's in between two. Like it's a big ass building, but it kind of splits off. And on the bottom is like one of these microbrewery deals, but then across the way is a wedding banquet hall kind of deal. You could have receptions there, and it's very, very rustic with the rafters, and it's all open. Like the ceiling it's very open and whatnot. I mean,
Yep.
not like open without a roof, but it's beautiful in there. The columns are all rustic four bys and such. And then you open up these old like rustic double doors, and it goes out into this beautiful grassy area right there to a river or little creek flowing over
Yep.
there with a concrete pad and a picnic table. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's my favorite venue to smoke weed at, and I absolutely love that venue because you just get to chill. You just get to chill and hang out and just
Yep.
like, and you know, uh Family Moon was there
Yep.
for
They're always
Vanguard,
there.
if I'm not mistaken. We're out there playing ball, having a blast out in the grassy area and shit, like it's just a really, really nice vibe, and it's different than any other venue.
Yep. I definitely enjoy it, especially this is what maybe my fourth time being in this venue, and I enjoy it every single time. I
Mhm.
know what to expect when I go in there. It's so beautiful. The only thing I don't know if you guys know is, but the locker room is in a whole
Please,
different building.
dude, what is going? You guys gotta like get trammed or shuttled down the fucking road. Then you've got to take like some kind of weird elevator. I don't even think. I think it's some kind of fucking Tesla experimental elevator. I mean, what the fuck did they put you guys over there?
Yeah. I remember my first day going into this venue, right? I'm like, wow, this is nice. Like, this is beautiful. And then I'm like, where's the locker room? And he goes, oh, it's in that building right there. You go upstairs all the way third floor, and then you're in a room. I said, it's in a whole different building. Are you kidding me right now? You're lying, right? No, no, I'm not. I'm like, what the hell? I walked in, and it's like right before our match. We gotta make sure someone tells us, hey, we're a match next or something like that. Hey,
Yeah,
you're
because you
on
got.
deck. You gotta run downstairs. By the time I run down the stairs, I'm out of breath. Then I gotta go. It's a lot. So I just stay downstairs the whole time, majority of the time. I change and I go downstairs. I'm like, no. But it's honestly it's a beautiful venue. I can't wait for a night show there. Night show there gotta
Oh,
be amazing.
ooh. And the brewery is next. Oh my god, yo, that's gonna be too fun.
That's gonna be
uh,
great. Cause we'll go
uh,
early. I love early shows because
I do.
after the
I
show I can go home.
absolutely. Yes,
But I love me some night shows. So when we do a night show there, it's gonna be freaking great. I already know.
that
I love it.
is the setting there and the ambiance. I think that's going to be very cool with the, how
Hmm.
they have the wrap lighting and stuff like that. And it's so rustic. It just looks really cool in there. I dig it
Yeah.
over. We've talked. I have mentioned TOS Youngboy, but we've really talked more Versace Youngboy, and we've talked LIT Youngboy right now. Now I'm going to rewind, You've mentioned his name twice. You've told me he's given you this title of TOS YoungBoy. I'm going to give you my favorite ultimate. There's nothing that can be topped ever in the time you spent with JRowe. And I know I haven't been to every show that you guys were at together, but, and then I'll
Oh,
let you take over.
I know where this is going. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hit me with it. I'll hear
The entrance would be this way, across from
it.
hard cam is behind me. No, no, entrance would be this way. That's
In the
no, no,
waterbury one,
yeah, it
right?
would be opposite. Yes, the hard cam would be there. So I'm on this side of the
Behind
ring.
you.
Yeah, so here comes, oh, long and behold, that's JRowe's corner. Oh, isn't that a pisser for me and my footage? This is going to be fantastic. On this corner, right in front of my eyes, and I don't have 20/20 vision, so I'm glad it was very close. Right in front of my eyes, JRowe says to TOS YoungBoy, "Water me, young boy," and he waters him. But when he waters him, he gets a little out of control with the water. It goes all over his face. JRowe loses his absolute shit. He
Mm.
starts taking the water off his face. He's pointing and he's yelling, and I am already, my spleen is on the ground because I'm laughing so hard already. And it's not even over yet. He's getting on Young Boy hard. And we, the fans, are absolutely loving this. But Young Boy is not so much. And he, being JRowe, made him, being TOS Young Boy, go sit down over there. And I yelled, JRowe put baby in the corner.
Yeah. Twice.
Young Boy, I have told that story. I have shown that footage. It's like a party favor for me. I absolutely love that moment in time. And again, I have shown and told and talked about that moment in time multiple times. Now, I've talked about my favorite time. Now, please tell us how you got entrapped with this some bitch, JRowe, and take us through how you got started with him, kind of got hooked up with him to be his, I guess, his, as Jim Cornette will just call you, his stooge, his lackey, if you will.
Yeah.
How'd you get all tied up with that? And on the flip side of that, that looked like a fucking lot of fun.
At first I thought it was, to be honest. But let's start from the beginning. So at first I was having fun with it until it got too much. But yeah. So how it all started was again, it goes all the way back to when I first started. The first person that said hi to me, introduced herself, was Jordan. So I considered me and Jordan were like really good friends when I started. Not like, outside friends, but he'll always want to train with me late at night after practice was over, help me, give me the extra hours, push me. Who also helped me around that time was Elijah Six. That's
Hmm.
another one.
Hmm.
And Jordan put his time, train me all the time. And then one time, Bobby said, "I can see you guys as a tag team," and I was like, hmm. But I'm like, well, this was like maybe 3 months in. Like, I'm not thinking anything of it. I don't know what to see and now, so I'm like, who knows? Then out of nowhere, an idea came in, Wags and Jordan's idea, and I became Jordan's young boy. But I was thought of it. I thought, all right, I'm gonna listen to Jordan, whatever he tells me, because he's already showed me so much. I'm gonna listen to him, and we're gonna have fun, right? I'm gonna probably be, I'm gonna be exactly hated like him. So my whole title, I thought of everything. Then it completely opposite. I was talked trash too. I was rolled around. I was treated like trash. But I just don't get it. I was like, what did I sign up for? Then A game came in the mix for like a short period of time, and I was treated like shit by him, even worse than Jordan. He wanted to kill me, like wanted to murder me, and I'm like, like what? I'm just trying to like learn. I'm trying to be one of that. The whole thing was kid. I wanted to be one of them. I wanted to be like him. You know what I
That's
mean?
all. That's all.
Like I didn't want to be hated like him because that is crazy. But I wanted to be like him. I wanted to wrestle like him. I saw like everyone calls me his protege, and now before I loved hearing that. Now I don't want to be his protege. I want to be my own person. I don't want to be
Mhm,
nothing involved with him. You know, once we're done, we're done.
mhm.
And it's like so that's what happened. You know, I became his young boy, and now I get treated like shit. Obviously, at the last one of the last TOS shows at Lone Survivor, I quit
Mhm.
on him,
Mhm.
and now we have our match finally, a freaking year in the making, um, which is July 19th. For anyone that's watching, please come see this one, July 19th, Warehouse 635. I hope I'm saying that right.
I
In
believe so.
West Hartford, Connecticut. The match is hair versus career match. If I lose, I must cut my hair off by Jordan. And if Jordan loses, he must leave TOS for good. So
Oh.
yes, this is a year in the making. I can't wait to get my hands on Jordan. It's been a long, long, long time coming. So hopefully, um, odds come in my favor because there's man. If I walk out that day a loser, I don't know what's next for me. Honestly, like I've been through already so much in this past year and then now. And it's like I need this one. You know what I mean? You've seen it all. Majority of it, you've seen it, and like I need, especially like I need this one. So like I am not taking like no for an answer for anything. Like I have to literally be stretched out before I lose that night. Honestly, I'm being so serious. I'm not losing this hair. No, no, not on my watch. And two, I'm not losing to Jordan. No, you know the look on his face when he loses that day. Oh man, I can't wait, can't wait.
I love me some TOS YoungBoy. You do know that,
Yes.
and I know at one point in your previous life there was a young boy sucks. Young boy sucks. I know there was one of that. There was some of that
Yeah.
going
I
around.
wonder. I wonder who started that.
But I do want to, and I know you know this, but I want to make this a very exclamation point here. You were, you've had a lot of help in the dojo from JRowe, and
Hmm.
I know he showed you a lot of stuff and got you rolling here. That kid is so good. I would
Yes.
never tell him, but that kid is so good, young boy. This is something you cannot lose. First off, we haven't seen this. We haven't seen him in more than like 3 hot minutes. I mean, he's gonna come in and just like wipe you with the floor, cut your hair, and then what? Not show up? What is he, Brock Lesnar? Not show up for another fucking 8 months? No,
Part
screw
timer.
him. Screw him. This is a must win for Young Boy. We cannot. We, meaning Young Boy and us, we cannot let Jordan Rowe win this.
It's true. I don't know if you were you there. I don't know if you were there. So December training day. This is when I had enough. Like this was like breaking point right here. It was like, all right, I can't wait till this can be done. In December, we have the yearly TOS awards, and the fans voted me as rookie of the year.
Yep.
An award that I was like, I when I first started at TOS, I heard that TOS did that. I was like, that's an award I really want. Like I looking at the people that won it, Jordan Rowe was one of them. Mark Alexander was one of them. Red Sawyer was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I gotta be the next one. Like I have to get it. So I won and I was so happy. and I know during my match I'm gonna be given the award. And that time I had Jermaine as my tag team partner, and obviously we lost that match. And we had Benny too. We love Benny. Everybody loves Benny. Come on.
Everybody loves Benny.
And Mac the Court was announcing the award to me, and as he was about to hand it to me, Jordan Rowe was dressed up as Benny.
Oh, that's what Josh keeps telling me, and I swear, I go at PAPW, and he kept saying no, and I'm like, oh, so, and he keeps saying he talks about this a lot. Josh does, by the way.
Really?
Go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, no, you're good. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
And he took off. First of all, I thought Benny was a person. So he took off the mascot, and I'm like, oh. And he snatched the award from me. Yeah.
Why would did he smash it?
No, he snapped. No, thank God, I still have it. I have it. I would have, I would have murdered him right there. He he took the award from me and had this big, thing, and he was the reason I lost. I was going off the top. I was about to hit Pretty Poppy. I was wrestling at the time. I was gonna hit him with a nice elbow drop, and out of nowhere, Benny jumps on the apron with the sign and started jumping up with the sign, and he was
Oh,
hitting my leg. And I'm like,
defense.
hey, yeah. I'm like, hey, get down. Like, Jermaine, get your guy, get down. And I went to jump off, and Pretty Pop put his knees up, and that was it for that one. So yeah, that was it for me. I was like, yeah, he took something I couldn't wait to get a hand of and be proud of, and he took that away from me. So after that, I was like, yeah, I can't wait. I'm done. I'm done with him for sure. I need to go on my
Wow.
own. Yeah, so July 19th is gonna be something for sure.
A year in the making.
Yeah.
Hair versus career. Sounds dangerous, my friend. Sounds dangerous. Especially, I'm just going to repeat one more time and then we'll move on. I do call him the Snapple God instead of the Grapple God.
Yes.
There is no way in this universe, in any, I don't care if I die and come back as something else or someone else, that thing or that person will still not call Jordan Rowe a Grapple God. It'll always be Snapple God. But he's fucking good.
He is.
He's really good.
Yeah, can't take that away from him. Can't take that away from him. He's,
No.
what he brings to the table, even though he might show up every other year, but we know he's good.
Mm-hmm.
He faced good people. He faced Eddie Edwards. He faced Carlito. Lost to both, but
Go ahead.
to be fair, to think about it now, I lost so far all my matches. I've won 2, but I've never pinned anybody. I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
I have never pinned anybody.
Huh.
Yeah, I haven't got the 3 count, and that's the guy I really want to get the 3
Oh,
count on. Yeah,
that's very
and
interesting.
even if I get a 3 count somewhere else, it won't matter because at TOS is where I want to have my first 3 count. You know what I mean? Pin somebody in the mat, 1, 2, 3, and it has to be on Jordan, and that's what I want.
Mm.
So to think about it now, what has Jordan really accomplished at TOS? Like, what is he like? Let's be honest. Who
Let's
did he
see.
really beat? Who did he really
He
beat?
was the former K1 Classic. No, he wasn't that. He is the former TOS heavy.
No.
No, he didn't do that.
Tag team?
He's a former
No.
tag. No, he didn't do that either. Hey,
So
what has Jordan Rowe done at TOS? Oh, wait a minute. He got the shit chopped out of him by Eddie Edwards. I was there. That was a
I was there.
pleasure
I
for
was
me.
front row. I was front row.
That was awesome.
That was great. That was great.
So he did do that though.
Oh, he did get that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he did get the shit chopped out of him by one Eddie Edwards. But other than that, no, he hasn't really
No.
done a whole lot.
He's beat Wagner Brown, but look at Wagner Brown now. He got 2 titles. Double champ.
I don't recognize him as my champ.
Oh man.
But
Yeah.
anywho, yeah, what is Jordan? That is good. And I know this is all about Jay. I know this is all about TOS YoungBoy.
It's all right.
uh, I put a little title on every single episode, so they're a little different from one to another. How does the title of this one sound? What has JRowe ever done?
I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a
We
good
can
one.
use that one, huh?
Yeah, we can use that one.
Uh,
What has? Because really, if you sit back and think, right, what has he done?
mhm. You know what he
Not to win
has
any
done? He's
champion.
no, not at all. No.
Let's be honest, real quick, before you say what you're gonna say.
Oh, yeah, no
He
problem.
what the only thing that's keeping Jordan Rowe relevant.
Young boy, young boy.
Yep. So
He should
without
be
young
singing.
boy,
He should be singing your praises right now.
he should be praising me. How about he praises me? How
That's
about that
right.
one?
That's right.
So without young boy, what's Jordan Rowe doing? Nothing. Look at him now. Where is he? He's on vacation. What?
Wow, that's a beautiful title too. Without young boy, where's JRowe? Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. JRowe. How about this one? How about this one? JRowe needs young boy.
oh, he's gonna be so pissed. Oh, he's gonna hate both of us.
That's great. That's great.
Shit. We could dig on one J roll all night, but that's not what this is about. It
Oh
could be
no.
about, but it's not about.
Screw that
So
guy.
to cap that off, good luck on that one-on-one with J roll hair versus career. I wish you all the luck in the universe, my friend, because
Thank you.
we, along with you, we need that win, my friend.
Hmm.
Um, there are some young upcomers right now. You've mentioned one, and I kind of want to get your thoughts on them. I'll even mention both of them as a collective. Miracle Generation, wherever they go, it seems that they can really draw the fans in. They're staples over at uh, Wrestling Open over in
Yep.
Worcester, Mass. Every single Thursday for Beyond Wrestling. It's almost like your NXT ish, I guess, if you will. I mean, not to put a label on it, but I guess that's if you had to. Um, but they've been there since day one, being Kylon King and Dustin Waller. Seeing the young talent come up, yourself, the Jordan Rose, the Dustin Wallers, and Kylon Kings. You've been in the ring with those guys at least in one form or another. Um, those guys really upcoming. Uh, the steam, I think, it's turned to fire. They're on fire
Yeah.
wherever those two kids go. Um, have you talked to those? And they're very young in their careers. But have you gotten anything from those guys behind the scenes, if you will? Any pointers or hey, could you check this out and or anything like that from a guy like who's young, who's hot, who's very relevant right now in the indie scene, being somebody like Dustin Waller or Kylon King?
Yeah. So every time I see Flash and Kylon, I always obviously I say hi to them. I talk to them for a little bit. Mainly when I always have a conversation with Flash. Flash is very he likes me. At least I think so. He calls me Kevin. We have this little joke that um another student of ours called me, said Don like a Kevin, and he was like Kevin. So now every time he sees me, he's always, "What's up, Kevin?" So so every time I talk to him, he asks me how I'm doing, and I ask how he's doing, and he's like, I told him my biggest struggle right now is trying to get booked everywhere, and he's like, just keep doing what you're doing, keep going, keep trying to message. He's like, it's harder for us now, and look at, and we're hot, but it's hard for us too. So don't think it's easy. So hearing that from them is like, wow, it's like, at least I'm not the only one struggling, but obviously they're getting shows, but
Right.
I want to be where they are eventually. And to be honest, Flash is one of my dream matches I really want to do in a local scene.
Oh,
I've been in the ring with Flash for like 3 seconds at BST's Rumble, but I don't think I've ever been in the ring with him or Kylon. I haven't.
that would be some
Um
fun stuff.
So them two definitely, like, if either me in a tag match with someone with I had a partner or solo, both of them would be a definitely a match I would want for sure from both of them. Yeah.
I've seen Flash from when he. I mean, you look at his younger pictures from when he used to come to Center Ring and hang out and stuff. He literally looked like he was 13 and he was like 17 or 18 or something like that. I think he was like maybe 16 or 17 at that time. But it's just phenomenal. Again, that brings me back. That's what I like. I
Mhm.
know as you watch the students at the shows, it's not all perfection. It's not all polished. Um, I don't give a shit. That doesn't bother me in the least bit. That does not bother. I know it bothers you guys and the girls in the ring because you're like, motherfucking son of a bitch. But those are growing pains.
Yeah.
We watch TV. I do watch the dub on the reg still. It's not, yes, it's the most polished around because they try to have that big, gigantic global production, but it's week in, week out, event after event. There's always something gonna happen. It's
Yep.
not always perfection. It is live TV every time you step between those effing ropes, every single time. You can't go back and be like, can you just edit that and we'll make it real nice and tight? No. Every single time you get to those ropes, it's live TV. If you're at TOS or if you're at Clash at the Castle.
Hmm.
And I've always propped the talent for that. I couldn't do that. I'd never have the balls to get in there and do that stuff. You
Didn't you get in
guys,
the ring one time though?
I've been in the ring a couple times, yes. Did I come out unconscious and how I had to be rolled out? Yes, but that's not the point. Um, it's just that's one of the things that really make me look at wrestlers as humans and just amazes me because of what we were even talking about before. A family member passes away, you still have to perform.
Yep.
You're kind of pushed mentally to perform. Your muscles can be muscular all day long, those can work, but if this is effed up, it doesn't matter, they don't coincide with each other.
True.
So when you're having those kind of days, those kind of weeks, and you still have to do a double performance that same weekend, that's one of those things for me personally. Those sacrifices mentally that you have to take as an athlete, as a wrestler, to get between those ropes and just say, F it, I got to push. So that's only one of those aspects that really draw me personally as a fan to wrestling itself, and more so independent wrestling, as I've been friends with and made relationships and bonds with a lot of the talent over the course of the past, I don't know, 8-ish years or so, maybe. Working towards 9 years. Um, so I applaud. I applaud my man YoungBoy
Thank
for
you.
pushing to get through that stage. And you mentioned it a little while ago when Graham passed, and you really had to just push through and make the magic happen. So I applaud you as an athlete, my friend.
Thank you.
Excellent,
Thank you. Thank you.
excellent job. Excellent. Um, we've talked a lot about everything young boy. Maybe a little too much about JRowe, but that's okay. We had to get that in there.
I'll
I could go
flexible.
on and on, especially even though you've only been around for about a minute or so, being a
Mhm.
year. There's still so much plenty I could even ask you. But right now, and I'm going to have to clip these together. There's two pieces. This is a minute 20. The other one was a good solid 15, 20, maybe even a little bit more. So
Right.
we've got a little something we got something to bite on here, my friend.
True.
Now, before we do let you go, we're not going to go away blind right now. We've talked strictly business. We've talked JRowe losing and leaving TOS forever. Uh, please, please give us what's on TOS YoungBoy's schedule, dates, venues, because we want to get new eyes on the talent. We want to get new eyes on new venues, new promotions, maybe being a Vanguard or a Lit or wherever your schedule is taking you at this point. So give us where Young Boy is kind of spreading his wings right
So as of right now, uh, schedule is very open. So right now, all I really have closing out this month's LIT,
now.
and
Okay.
then next month is TOS in West Hartford, like I mentioned before, at Rise Up 2. Hopefully I get a few more that month. And then I in August I have another TOS event, which is the 9th, which is a new venue that we did once already in May, but a lot of people missed it because it was on a Wednesday. It was weird. But this is a venue in Windsor, and called Dudley Town Brewery.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Really nice outdoor venue. The beer is freaking amazing. I don't drink beer, but it was freaking great. That's how you know it's good. I'm not a beer drinker. Not once. That it was great. But it was a really nice venue, really nice area. The owners were great. The vibe was nice. It's a classier writers. I'll
Okay.
say it like that.
All right.
Classier. It's in a patio. Another locker room that we have to be across the street. But it's all right. It's all right. We're still in the building, kind of. But it's really nice. And this one is we have a former WWE superstar coming to that one, which is you guys know him as Reggie, former
Mhm.
24/7 champion. He will be there. And then I think I have something else for LIT that month also. But so far that's all I have right now. So I have a lot of availability. I'm trying to get back on trying to get some bookings hopefully sooner than
Okay.
later. But
All
as
right.
of right now, that's what I have. Yeah.
Uh, Promoters. I've said this more than once because we do like to push the talents that we have on here. But this is a guy 3 years deep, 1 year active, looking better every time I see him. Has a great look coming through the curtain. Has a great attitude behind the scenes. Looks good in ring. Trained by safe people. Knowledgeable. He's got a gorgeous face. Look at that smile. So, if promoters do actually take a little peek see over here at the TOS Young Boy stirring the pot, how do they get a hold of TOS Young Boy?
So you could DM me on my Instagram or Facebook. Instagram is official_TOS YoungBoy,
Okay.
or my Facebook page, which is TOS YoungBoy, or I have my email, which is TOS YoungBoy, I think it is, yeah, at gmail.com.
Okay.
But mainly my Instagram or my Facebook. I'm available most of the time. I have open dates as long as it's not a TOS one. I'm sorry, but I'm not letting TOS go unless it's something that I can physically do. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, there's a lot of promotions out there that I really want to do. I really want to be a part of. PvP is one of them. Wrestling Open, I want to get out there on Thursdays. Hopefully after the TOS Young Boy thing, because I'm pretty sure my name is the reason why they want things. So hopefully by July I'll have my own name that you guys can call me.
Okay.
Hopefully. Um, and so many other promotions out there, especially ones in Connecticut, Mass area, all of them. I'm willing to do anything, even if it's just to go out tryout or whatever you guys do. But
Okay.
I'm willing, I'm available. Just DM me.
Nice.
As, yeah.
Uh, so he's not going to be TOS Young Boy in the very near future. So just keep uh, TOS, the Big Red Machine. You just never know. You never know what could happen.
I will forever be a young boy, but I'm gonna be nobody's young boy. I'll be the fan of young boys. You know what I mean?
uh, so the fans as well. Those pages work if the fans wanted to reach out and discover TOS Youngboy. Those are your Twitters, your face pages. Your YouTube, if you have a YouTube, a Pornhub, if you got a Pornhub and you're looking to little spread your wings there,
It's called the young tube.
so,
Come on, you gotta ruin my image. I'm a young boy. What's wrong with you, Don? Come on. Come
uh,
on. I got
hey,
kids that like me here.
okay, all right. Well, you never know what young boy. You never know what young boys have done for money. Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh shoot. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Not this
No,
one.
uh, Strike that from. Oh wait, no, you can't strike that. I'm not erasing that shit. No. Um,
Censor, censor.
young boy, this is your first interview ever. If we have not discussed off record, yeah, this is your first interview ever.
With you, with anybody.
Love, love it. I absolutely love doing first. Then we can look back at the history,
Right.
have a lot of laughs, or even maybe shed a tear. You never know. When you look back at these things, um, I've asked like I've asked a couple guys from the firm. I won't mention by name, but I've asked a couple guys one time. It was about a year and a half deepest or so. I go, hey, I got some of these training things on private. You remember when there was that little session? They're like, yeah. I go, I still got these private on my YouTube. I go, you want to check this shit out? They're like, Kincaid, why don't you go fucking bury your head in the goddamn sand? I don't want to see that shit. Oh, so
That
that's
sounds
a
like
no.
Richie.
I go, oh, so that's a no. Okay, whatever. Hey, I did not say name by name. What the fuck?
I was right. I was right. I was
Um,
right. I knew
so
it. I know the law too well. I know the law too
uh,
well.
I think we covered a lot of ground with one TOS young boy. But
Did.
before we do let you go, is there anything that we have not covered that maybe you thought you'd want to talk about? Or is there a message that you would like to give? And I know, again, you're in your young tenure, but you do kind of give a little hand to the younger guys that are coming up because there's always going to be newer students in this industry. It's got to happen. That generation has got to keep going. So, do you have a message for the younger guys coming up, or did we miss anything that we haven't, that you wanted to speak about?
Um, I don't think we missed anything. I think we talked about mainly anything. Maybe, yeah, I think we talked about mainly everything. Hopefully, we could do a number two. Maybe we'll talk about more stuff
Absolutely.
after. So we'll keep
And
that one
you're
for
going to be
later.
the big red machine at that time, so I can't wait.
The big little machine. Yeah, the big little machine. Yeah, I mean, maybe dream opponents, maybe if I could say that, maybe, and then I'll close out with advice to the younger class. Um, so dream opponents, even though you didn't ask me, I'll ask myself. Maybe Kid Kate, ask me that question. Go ahead, go ahead.
Ask you what question?
Who are my dream opponents?
Oh, okay. See, that's usually not one of mine, but I know we snuck in Rey Mysterio earlier. So, hey, TOS Youngboy, who are some of your dream opponents? It could be local, could be the big dub, it could be over in Germany. What do you got for some dream opponents? Please share with us, the fans.
Okay, I'm gonna go local. Um, Sammy Diaz, I wrestled him twice, but I want to do a singles. Never did a singles with him. That is a dream right there.
Hmm.
Ichiban. I had a fan a couple times tell me like that would be a great match. He'll be willing to pay for that, and I would be willing to do that. Um, as I told you already, Flash. Um, Jermaine. That'll be he's me. I think he's hotter than I am right now, but like I could be as on top as he is, and I think us two would be great. There's so
That'd
many
be a lot
people.
of fun.
That'll be fun. Lucas Chase. Damn,
You
there's so
better
many.
you better watch yourself with one Lucas Chase. He's no
Hey,
joke.
I was in a ring with him. Remember
Yeah,
Vanguard?
I know, but okay, I don't have to remind
Yeah.
you. He's no joke.
I got a nice Lucas Chase. I think he was being nice to me. Um,
Oh my goodness, yeah, but he wasn't so nice to Hammer, was he?
he was not. No, 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 he was not. No. Um, Me and Hammer, I want to do one. Definitely after what happened to Vanguard, I definitely want to do one with him. Oh my God, there's so many I can't even think of right now. But yeah, I'm just gonna stop with that. There's so many, so I didn't. Don't anyone that's watching, don't think I left you out. But there's so many I want to do.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then I'll close out with some advice for the young kids. If this is a dream you want to do, uh, definitely go for it. You never know what can happen. Like a wise Jermaine Marbury told me, you miss more shots than you take. So if you have any chance to go for your dream, even if it's wrestling or anything at all, go for it. Because look at me now. I'm living my dream. And then I don't know where I'm gonna be at, and maybe in 10 years, maybe I'm in WB, maybe I'm at TNA, maybe I'm at TNA. So who knows where we're gonna be at from here on out, and just keep pushing. Don't give up. I was at a time where I wanted to quit what I was wrestling, and because I didn't see any progress, and I didn't. So whenever it gets tough, keep pushing. If you want, give yourself maybe a week or two break from it. Take a step back. It's always okay to take a couple steps back because mental is always important. A lot of people go through that, and just take your time with everything. No, um, there's there's always a reason for everything. Just don't give up. Work, keep working, keep pushing, and you'll get there eventually. Yeah, that's it. That's all I
Beautiful
got.
message from
Thank
TOS
you.
YoungBoy. That was beautiful. Well, young boy, I think we've had a very fine conversation. The fans got to know you way more than they ever did before, that's for sure. We went a
Yes.
little deep in behind the scenes. We went a little deep even in real life.
Mhm.
We talked some smack about JRowe, which is always a blast. And it's going to be amazing to watch TOS YoungBoy boys and girls from here. Let's mark it. Star date June, whatever, 27 are we at right now? 26, 27. We are star date
26, June 26th.
June 26, 2024. Let's see what happens with TOS YoungBoy. And it's not even going to take very much. 2, 3 years. I guarantee you, we're going to see a different young boy then than now. That's for damn sure because he's one of these kids that are doing it right and just pushing forward. And nothing but success can come from that. So TOS young boy, thank you. I cannot thank you so much
Thank you.
for giving us your time, opening up and pulling back the curtain a bit, talking to us about yourself, getting to know you. And man, this was a great time hanging out with TOS young boy. I appreciate you so much for giving your time to us, my friend.
Thank you. I've been so like I've been wanting to be a part of a STP for a while, seeing that. So I remember one
Oh
time you
yeah.
posted like, "Oh, who you like to see?" And I was gonna put myself on it, and I was like, "Ah, I'm not active yet. Let me not be one of those fans." But I'm glad I was when you messaged me to do it. I was so hyped. I was at work. I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yes." I responded so fast. I was like, "Let's
Yeah.
do it. Let's do it today. Let's do it today." So I thank you,
Uh,
thank you, thank you. I can't. I'm speaking for me, the boys in the back. We appreciate you for what you do for us, and I'm so happy that you're. I know you took your time off. I'm happy you're back because I was worried. I was like, man, Kid K ain't gonna be able to see me grow. He got to see me as the young boy, just helping out ring crew, and now you're back, and I'm like, yes, Kid K can see that I'm not just a kid helping out with ring crew. So I thank you so much. I appreciate all you do for us and me, of course.
Thank you for the beautiful words, and I love you guys. I've any conversation with the TOS roster. Much love to everybody over there. This was episode 372. I can't believe we broke out of that. I'm taking a ride into the sunset. Jermaine told me, nah, you'll be back. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. He's like, nah, you'll be back. And here we are with TOS Youngboy.
Yes,
This
yes.
is Stir the Pot with Don Kincaid and our very special guest, TOS Youngboy. Thank you, my man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.